If you're looking for a yacht for really going places, for cruising the world in safety and in comfort, then you're going to love today's video. The owners of KAJAK wanted to do exactly that, and they've enjoyed every second of their time on board. Today we're filming in the Bahamas, but not that very long ago we could have filmed her in Palma de Mallorca, Monaco, Montenegro. She's a very high quality, proven world cruiser. I'm looking forward to showing you all around the yacht in a moment, but first, let me tell you some of her vital statistics. KAJAK is a Horizon 130, delivered in 2008, with a length of 39.62 meters, a beam of 7.98 meters, and a draft of just over 2 meters. I'll tell you about some of the performance statistics of the yacht in a moment, because we're going to look at the engine room a little bit earlier in this video than we normally do, because the engine room access is right through that door over there. But first, let's take a look at the aft deck. Clearly, traditionally an area for eating, and here there's an ample table. But there's a few extra features I want to point out here. This is quite unusual. This beautiful varnished cabinetry in which you have refrigeration and an ice maker. Two very substantial lockers here for the lines and the mooring gear. The winches are behind there as well. But something a little bit less evident is behind this panel. Now on both sides of the yacht you have these panels. They open up, unlock, and then this section actually folds out all the way to here. Many reasons for that, one of which is if it's a windy day, which actually today is quite a windy day, it protects you from the wind, it gives you a little bit of extra privacy. It's a great feature to have. I think that there's sometimes a misconception that when you go out on a yacht every day is beautiful sunshine. It's not the case at all. It's really good to have that kind of protection as well on the yacht. That said, let's take a look at the engine room. So the first thing that struck me in the engine room is how much space is in here. It's very easy to walk all the way around the engines. This is not an engine room where you have to sidle along to be able to get past them. You can easily stand, do any maintenance that's necessary on them. One of the reasons for that is the choice of engines. These are Caterpillar engines, 1,825 horsepower each. When you talk to engineers who work on yachts, they swear by these engines. They are so reliable. They just keep going on and on forever. The yacht's not built for high speed. It's built really to be a plodder, to just keep going. Maximum speed of 13 knots. It gets where you want to go. It gets you there safely, and you can be sure of getting there. Funnily enough, the owner told me a story that they were in the Caribbean in St. Bart's, and they had every intention to take the yacht through to the west coast of the United States, to the California area. And they literally on a whim said, let's go to the Mediterranean. They did a U-turn and went to the Mediterranean with the yacht instead. You can only do that with a yacht that you really rely on and that you can trust. After here, you have a great area for a 16-foot tender and quite an unusual layout because you have 3 tender bays effectively. The 2 lateral ones for wave runners and the central one for that big tender. When I said that you can cruise the world in safety and comfort, I wasn't kidding about the comfort. Just take a look at this. It is beautiful. It's tasteful. It's sumptuous. It's everything you would want from a yacht that you're going to spend a lot of time on board. Particularly like the use of different woods. It's subtle, but it's noticeable. We have mahogany. We have cherry wood in the ceiling here and other features as well. We have fir wood in the panels. Beautiful, comfortable sofa. I love this coffee table. I love the design of it. I would imagine it's a one-off piece of art, really, piece of design that's just magnificent. Such a comfortable place to sit and enjoy the surroundings. big television set that descends from the ceiling here, so that you can sit back with your friends and watch Friends, actually, if you want to. Lovely bar area with granite worktop, and you've got everything that you would imagine behind the bar for your drinks, for your cocktails. Lots of storage space there. Also lots of storage space here. And as we look through the yacht, you'll see that the storage space is actually impressive pretty much everywhere that you go throughout the yacht. Yacht owners are always, or often, complaining about how little storage space there are. Very often designers will think of the aesthetics of a yacht and not the practicality. But the storage areas is extremely important. The sort of cutlery, glassware. Talking of glassware, this is where the glassware is kept. Very, very beautifully done. And we've actually been running the yacht, and at times the weather was not as calm as we would have liked it, but you couldn't even hear these chink at all. Everything was absolutely secure. Very, very nice dining area. And these areas are actually used. Don't think that the moment that you set foot on a yacht, the sun's guaranteed to shine every day. It isn't. There's often days in the Bahamas, in the Caribbean, where you have rain. There's sometimes times when the wind picks up. It's great to have this dining area here. A dining area conveniently located right next to the galley. So here we have fridge and freezer space, and look at the size of the galley itself. This is perfect, and it's very, very impressive too. I've seen yachts that have a longer length than this particular yacht with a much smaller galley. I actually am impressed that they've managed to pull this off. Everything looks very professional. You've got your temperature controlled wine fridge there. You've got lots of storage, cooking areas, more refrigeration, a little butler's pantry there, an island unit as well. Absolutely superb. And again, if you want a yacht where you're going to really go places, if you want a yacht where you're going to spend a lot of time on board, a large galley is absolutely essential. Let's go from the galley back around and take a look at the staterooms, because this yacht has a surprise to it. Now here, of course, you've got the lobby area with this beautiful onyx floor. Side entrance to the boat. There's a corresponding gate so that if you arrive by tender, you can come up onto the yacht here, and this will be the first thing that you see. This is also additional access to the galley. A day head through here. And this is a magnificent owner's suite. Say owner's suite, there's a caveat to that you're going to see later. But look at the size of it. It's beautiful. It's perfectly proportioned. You don't really need anything any bigger than this at all. Lots of natural light. Again, lots of storage space in here. But just take a look through here. A proper his and hers head separated by this large interconnecting shower here. What about the rest of your guests? Well, let's take a look and see. Lovely spiral staircase, and I particularly like that curved wall there that kind of matches with the shape of the spiral. And actually, since it is this shape, let's have a look at the staterooms in anti-clockwise order, starting with this one through here. We have a really quite large twin cabin here. I wouldn't have thought anybody sharing this cabin would complain about the space. You've got plenty of wardrobe space as well, plenty of storage, very, very nice ensuite bathroom as well. Going back around in the anti-clockwise order, a mystery door, which we'll be looking at in a few moments. a single bed cabin, but with this Pullman bunk as well. This is actually a yacht, and you'll see as we look around it more, this is a yacht that I think lends itself very well to charter. If somebody wanted to buy it and put it on the charter market, I think it would be very successful. And having that extra capacity there is a really, really useful thing to have. Again, of course, it's got its own ensuite bathroom. And then we come through to this beautiful double cabin here. Again, with a very large ensuite bathroom, decent sized shower in there as well. So a real good variety of different formats for the cabins for a variety of different sort of guests, whether they're children, grandchildren, a couple as well. But I did mention earlier that there's a secret door. So let's take a look and see where the secret door leads us. Through here. And just look at this. A laundry area, 2 washers, 2 dryers, all of the equipment that you need. So convenient, so that the crew can just nip through there, get the linen, the towels for the washing, come through, do the washing and put them back without having to always use the other staircase, which actually goes up to the galley that's dedicated for the crew. So the crew have this great flow of movement throughout the yacht. Through here, there's a very large fridge, a walk-in fridge in fact. And then stepping through this watertight door, a really nice crew mess. Actually, I was talking to one of the crew earlier and they said how in comparison with their previous yacht, this is a great area for crew. Then of course we have the cabins, captain's cabin here and a 3 crew cabins further forward. On the subject of cabins though, there's one big surprise on this yacht, and to see that we need to go to the bridge deck. The bridge deck, so called because it's where the bridge is on the yacht. And the bridge here really tells a story. It tells a story of a yacht builder who wanted to build something practical and functional, something that would just keep going, navigating, cruising throughout the world. So everything is very simple and practical here. You can see the major color is black, which is very important so that you don't have reflection of the instruments at night. So you've got good visibility. But also look how simple that whole layout is, from the CCTV, the radar, the plotter, all of the instruments, very easy to use. This is a feature as well which is very practical. I know a lot of captains who prefer not to have those big seats, even though they look fantastic. This is a far more practical solution for a captain who's serious about navigating for long distances. Of course, if you need to sit down for a moment, we also have this great seating area here. And when the crew and I came on board at first, this is where we sat down to talk to the captain, to learn a little bit about the yacht. And it's fantastic visibility as well. We were all sitting here actually when we left the marina this morning, just watching the buildings of Atlantis going by. In the corner over there, you also have a workstation, which is of course very practical for paperwork to be done on board. And on the subject of practicality, let me just take a quick look outside and show you what's there. This, as you may know, is called a Portuguese bridge, and it has a really practical, functional purpose for being designed this way. If you want to have full beam on the bridge deck, that means that you can't have side walkways going all the way to the front of the yacht. So for the crew to be able to arrive at the bow, to be able to deal with the anchor gear, for example, this is the best access. They can exit from the bridge straight down to the bow, where you've got the anchors. But not only that, it gives them access to these huge lockers here. I was asking the crew about these. They said that they're absolutely vast. They can put fenders, lines, cleaning equipment, all that kind of unsightly stuff that you have to have on a yacht. But you can now put it all out of the way, close it up here, and it's easily accessible. But even that is not the best thing about this deck. The best thing is back here. Walking aft, and as you pass through this door, you clearly feel that you're in a guest area of the yacht. The woodwork changes, the lighting changes, there's a feel of prestige. It's a really beautiful area. This particular part of the yacht has been dedicated as a study area. And something I'm seeing more and more of, and something that actually I really like, is more yacht owners spending more time on their yachts, because as internet services improve, as people are more happy to work from remote locations, why not? This is a great area to be able to work from. We'll be talking about the internet connection in a moment, something that particularly is interesting about the yacht. But what a great place to be able to work from, and what a great improvement to anybody's lifestyle to be able to spend more time on board but still be able to work at the same time. This area, where on many yachts it would be a sky lounge, on KAJAK is an owner's stateroom. Effectively a second owner's stateroom on board, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love the lighting that comes in. I love the woods. This is, I think, a Wenge wood. The carpet, which is new carpet, by the way, you can feel the softness and the underlay underneath your feet as you step into here. But as we come around to this side, past the vanity unit here, we find the walk-in closet is effectively positioned behind the bed, so you get an impression there of the depth of that closet. And what they've done, I'm not going to open the door right now because it's got owners' belongings in there, so to respect their privacy, but they've basically got a walk-in closet within a walk-in closet. So you can go inside, lots of space for clothes, and there's a second door, you open that, and there's another closet behind it. I'm not sure of the reasons why it was done that way, but I do know that if you use the yacht for charter, but you don't want to have to be taking your clothes on and off all the time, then you can lock them away in the recessed part of that closet, leaving the part closer to me free for the charter guests that are on board. And this bathroom is an absolute delight, clad with this honey onyx. It's a layout like I've never seen before on any other yacht. I love the way that they've used the way that the superstructure closes in here to be able to put the bathtub there. I think that's a lovely place to have a tub. Nice big shower as well. His and her sinks. This is a fantastic owner's stateroom bathroom, and I can certainly see why they've done the layout of the yacht this way. Having these two huge staterooms for the owners allows for so much more space. And of course, if you're chartering the yacht, or if you're going to own with another couple, then everybody wants to feel special. They've got a really good cabin on board. And since this is a stateroom, that makes this area here effectively a private terrace. Let's take a look. And I can imagine this is an area that a lot of owners would probably spend a lot of time. It's very peaceful, it's very secluded, incredibly comfortable. Personally, I would be sitting here, I think, just enjoying the fresh air and the scenery around me. But at the same time, you have the lowering television in the corner there, so you can sit back and watch the Formula One. You've got plenty of storage space up here as well. There's also an aft-facing seating arrangement here, so if you want to be able to watch the wake as you're going along, you can do that too. I just feel that it's a lovely, snug, cozy way to be able to enjoy this part of the boat. And over there we have the steps to the sun deck, so let's check that out. So the sun deck is fairly self-explanatory, but I will show you in a moment 3 things that are not so obvious on this deck. Let's start with the obvious though. Obviously this is a great area for sunbathing, and you've got those 4 beautiful sun pads there as well. Lovely place to eat too. And one of the things that made me smile as I was looking at this area is the importance of storage on a yacht. Anybody who's ever owned a yacht will know how important storage is. And then I spotted each one of these chairs has a little recess here so that you can put the cover for the chair inside the body of the chair. How cool is that? Here we have a lovely bar area with everything that you could possibly need in terms of ice maker, fridge, really everything there for the bar. Facing it is that beautiful barbecue station over there, which I would imagine on its travels has had good use as well. We have a day head through the door here. And then forward, this gorgeous area with the hot tub, the sun pads. And I can just imagine being able to get out of that hot tub to discover one of the first hidden things on this deck, which is this shower. There's a little tap there, which we're not going to touch. Tap there, and that's a rainfall shower, so you can come out of the hot tub, shower off in fresh water, all drains away here. That's one of the hidden features on this deck. Another one is back here. This surprised me. Originally, this was a boat deck, so they would have had tenders, jet skis and what have you up here in this area, but the current owner of the yachts, much like myself, prefers to have those things hidden away. So we've seen earlier the tender storage that they have hidden away in the transom. However, that left the crane up here, so this actually hides away the crane. It's still fully operational. They say they use it from time to time to get heavy objects on and off of the yacht, but that's actually a crane hidden away there. The third and final hidden feature is the one I'm most excited about, and for that you have to look up to the mast there where there's that square plate. Now that square plate is actually a Starlink antenna. This has Starlink Wi-Fi on board. I've been using it all day as we've been filming. It works absolutely perfectly, but when you look at the size of those domes, which used to be necessary to have a good internet connection, some internet connection, and you look at the size of the Starlink antenna, it does make me think that that's going to change the way that yachts are designed, with no more need for these huge domes on the side of them. That's quite a remarkable thing to have on board the yacht. And apart from yacht design, I do think as well that a good internet connection is something that's going to change the way that people use their yachts. That has to be a good thing. As I said earlier, I'm hearing more and more yacht owners who are able to spend more time on board because being on board doesn't detach them from their main business, which is financing the ownership of the yacht in the first place. People now can live on board, work on board, but instead of being away from their families, they can have their loved ones around them, grandchildren, children, friends around them, and that is a real improvement to the quality of anybody's life, don't you think? If you can work in an environment as beautiful as this without worrying about internet connection, still be able to have your meetings on board, in my case upload, download videos and all that kind of things that takes up a lot of data. If you can do that but be on your yacht with your family, what a great life that is to be able to lead. If that's a life that you want to be able to lead, if you want to be able to cruise the world, but at the same time keep in contact with civilization, there's not many yachts that can do that quite as well as KAJAK does. If that appeals to you, please do contact my colleagues who represent the yacht, whose details are on screen now.